Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On Tuesday with the PFI hate files, we exposed the incubator of hate. That is the Popular Front of India. Its many wings that came to the fore and many activities which have been compiled into a comprehensive dossier by the Government of India. Tonight, as we delve deeper into this ready reckoner of the PFI's nefarious activities, we have also accessed the Unlawful Activities Prevention Tribunal notification and the background note given by the UPA to the centre in 2014. Two startling aspects stand out. The erstwhile UPA was aware that the PFI had direct and close links to Simi, and their own senior leader had made this admission in the High Court in 2012. Simi PFI colluded to cultivate a sense of alienation. But this is the other court. They forgot. 2012, Congress Kerala government. PFI is nothing but a resurrection of the banned outfit Students Islamic Movement of India in another form. But they did nothing about the PFI terror link.
Not just an incubator of hate, but in the guise of a social service organization, it's an outfit that spreads terror, training impressionable youth to shed blood and wage an unholy war.
The radical terror nexus PFI partnered Simi to betray India. That's right, Times Now has accessed the Unlawful Activities Prevention Tribunal notification. This cites the centre's background note submitted by the UPA to it in 2014. The UPA's background note reveals shocking PFI terror nexus with banned Student Islamic Movement of India. Note by centre also links the PFI Simi to motivating Muslims for jihad for the caliphate in Syria.
The proof is clear. PFI is just Simi in a new avatar.
There are not one or two, but 8 or 9 different names, and these are all people who held senior positions in Simi and then also became members of the PFI.
Yes.
E.M. Abdur Rahman, the first one, position in the PFI, is a former chairman. What he held in Simi was that he was their All India General Secretary between 1980 and 83. Professor P. Koya, position was National Vice President. Abu Bakar, All India President, SDPI, position Kerala State President of the Simi between 1982 and 84. Abdul Hamid, position in PFI, former State General Secretary, position held in Simi, State Secretary.
But some are still sticking their necks in the sand, putting politics above India.
While we are taking action against the PFI, we should discuss about RSS also. RSS and PFI are both the two sides of one coin.
Unfortunately for this government, it takes a dual policy of only looking at such organizations belonging to minority religions and not almost exactly the same kind of wrong that is being done by organizations of the majority.
Even as the politics rages on, it's the Congress which is in the dock. Despite submitting clear proof of PFI's terror activities, why did the UPA stop short of banning the Popular Front of India? Does appeasement trump national integrity for the Congress? Bureau Report, Times Now.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
The hashtag on the News Hour at 10, PFI terror link. Tweet on and tell us what you think. Is this government doing the job of other governments? What they failed to do because they succumbed to this politics of appeasement? www.involve.in, Newshour, and you can engage with us. All our panelists are ready. Let's debate this. GVL Narasimha Rao, national spokesperson of the BJP. Rahul Ishwar, activist, joining us via Skype. Vinayak Dalmia, lawyer, with us. Good evening. Kamal Mitra Chinoy, political analyst. Good evening. Thank you. You're joining us from our Noida studio along with Rizwan Kaisar, Islamic scholar, who's also there with you in the studio. So is Mahmood Paracha. That's the top half. The three gentlemen, Kamal Mitra Chinoy, Rizwan Kaisar and Mahmood Paracha. Ilyas Sharfuddin, Islamic scholar from Hyderabad. With us just at the bottom of the screen, I have Mohammad Shafiq, State President of the Karnataka wing of the PFI, joining us on the News Hour tonight. Mohammad Shafiq, you led a press conference earlier in the day saying that this is nothing but a witch hunt. But let me ask you this. V.S. Achyutanandan in 2010 slammed you. Pinarayi Vijayan last year slammed you. And you have the Congress government in 2012 telling the High Court, you're a nemesis, you're a pain.
Could you please connect my audio via my mobile phone? I'll give you another number.
Mohammad Shafiq.
You are talking about SIMI, yeah, you are talking about SIMI and Popular Front of India. This is in the public domain for so many years. You must understand one simple logic. Let us be rational. Popular Front of India started its work in the 1990s, in the initial 1990s. When was SIMI banned? After 2000, okay? These people left the SIMI and joined the Popular Front of India in 1990s. And when was SIMI banned? In 2000, okay? If someone is living his ideology, someone is living the way of
do you remember 2010?
Some other organization.
Do you remember 2010?
Wait a minute,
What did the PFI say when the SIMI ban was extended for the fifth time? What did the PFI say?
See.
What did your PFI say?
Yeah. Nice. You brought the point. Nice.
What did you say?
What was proved in the court of law?
What did you say?
Proved in the court of law? What proof was
what
placed
did you
in the court
say?
of law?
Why don't you tell the people what did you say?
Yeah. See what
did you say?
Yes. We condemn any witch hunt against any Muslim.
Why did you call it a witch hunt when it was a banned organization?
Yeah.
You said after 2000 they got involved in terror activities, Mohammad Shafiq. Then why did you come out and condemn their being banned?
No, I have never said that. I have never said that.
Sir, when I say you, I am talking about...
You don't put words in my mouth. You don't put words in my mouth.
When I said you, I am talking about what the PFI said in 2010. Do you want me to read out?
We are talking about sensitive issues. Sensitive issues. So you have to allow me to complete. Then put your question. I will answer you.
Yes, I am exactly. I am waiting for you to complete, sir.
Please. Yes.
In 2010, you PFI opposed the extension of the ban because you said it's a harassment of Muslims.
Today, someone will be in our organization. Tomorrow, he may leave our organization, join some other ideology. Okay. Where will we be held accountable? Yesterday, I brought this to your notice. From a cadre organization, someone went in Andhra Pradesh to join YSR Congress. So will you go and witch hunt YSR Congress?
Sir,
our state leader, he was our state general secretary.
If they want to move to the mainstream, we will welcome them. But we will wonder if there are more than about 100 who are wanting to join the Islamic State, and you say it's just a handful. GVL Narasimha Rao, how would you want to respond to Mohammad Shafiq?
What is the logic in this? What is the logic in this? Why do you want to witch hunt an organization which has got lakhs of cadres, which has got lakhs of well-wishers, and you are telling that this organization
should not have been allowed to get lakhs of cadre. This organization should not have been allowed to push the Salafis train to which members of the PFI pledged loyalties to ISIS Khorasan. Can you deny that also? Where was your organization? What did you do to stop these people? What did you do to help these families not lose their sons and daughters?
He will be suspended and he will be dismissed from the organization.
Whoa! So you radicalize them, you brainwash them, they go and join terrorist outfits, and then you suspend them. Fantastic! This is a very convenient arrangement.
They don't have the patience.
Sir, this is a very convenient arrangement, Mr. Shafiq.
सबर नहीं है हमारे जुडिशरी पे, जिसको पेशेंस नहीं है, जिसपे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन डॉक्टर बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर के कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन
आप जो कर रहे हैं ना जुडिशरी की नाक के नीचे, उसका कच्चा चिट्ठा अब ये गवर्नमेंट ये सरकार सामने ला रही है। शफीक साहब, मैं आपको एक बात बता रहा हूँ, आप ये अपनी चैरिटी वर्क का इतने सारे कार्डर का हवाला मत दीजिए। मैं आपसे ये पूछ रहा हूँ, मैं आपसे, you want me to name them?
Constitution of India.
Shall I tell you one thing? You please tell me, should you not have voluntarily shut down your organization when you had the likes of Shamir, Manaf, VK Shah Jahan, so many then P Safwan, Manseed bin Mohammed, so many others, and another 20 more. That's the list from Kerala. And there are another 15 from Tamil Nadu who are influenced by the Popular Front or the SDPI. जब ये लोग सब आईसिस का काम करने के लिए गए तब आपको आपका ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बंद कर देना चाहिए था. Why didn't you do it?
आपके in your newspaper, in your Times newspaper, there was a news 1 year back. that Popular Front of India is doing a rigorous educational process against the ISIS within the organization.
Vigorous educational process against ISIS for what? For another unit? For another unit?
Yes.
Sir, in 2016, 2017, sir, these are all names I am counting from 2016, 2017. So it is very convenient. No, it is very convenient, Mr. Shafiq. You first brainwash them, you radicalize them, they go and join terrorist outfits, then you come out and say, oh, we are conducting classes to reform.
These mysterious organizations.
ये तो ऐसा हो गया आप पहले उनको बीमार करते हैं देन आप करके आके बोल रहे देखिए we are going to treat them, we are going to diagnose the problem.
हम लोग जो है आपका टाइम्स में ही ये न्यूज़ आया था. I wish you go and do your research that PFI is doing.
I have done my research. And I am only stating the facts. This is no figment of anybody's imagination. GVL Narasimha.
No, Anand, these days it has become fashionable for every organization involved in some terror activities, be it the PFI, Zakir Naik Foundation or Hafiz Saeed, to claim that they are social reformers, social activists, and they are involved in some kind of community welfare. I think you cannot fool people by making such rather absurd claims. I think there is enough evidence to clearly show. It has not come up only today. I can show you any number of news reports. When the UDF was in power, LDF was in power, 22 of your people were arrested in 2013. And there were raids in all your offices in Kerala, in a number of places. Kerala police have found in Kannur a facility where you were involved in bomb making. The police had clearly identified these as training terror camps.
Which you are talking
and
about.
Today you come here and say you are a social organization. We've never been in power.
Immediately 800 people are leaving.
UDF, which have always been in power, and there is enough to show that they all found you to have terror links.
What kind of logic is this?
I think Kerala, are you blaming the Kerala police also? Are you blaming the NIA? I think who do you want to get a do you want to get a certificate from Dawood Ibrahim that you are a social organization? Do you want Hafiz Saeed to give you a character certificate? Do you want ISIS to speak for you? Kerala police, the NIA, they have documented enough evidence of your links in terror.
Kerala police, and
you are involved not only in Kerala, you are involved in such criminal activities, terror activities even in Karnataka,
and
you spread your wings outside. And when NIA submits a document with such vivid details, I think you have the gall to come out and say you are a social organization.
NIA is
I think who is persecuting you? Was the UDF persecuting you in Kerala? Was the LDF persecuting you in Kerala?
What is happening?
Why were you making bombs? Why were you distributing inflamed communal literature? Why were you using a red card for illegal conversions? Why were you engaged in love jihad?
Talking about Muslims are
the Kerala police accused you of love jihad. It is not run by the BJP.
This NIA, this same NIA.
No, come on. I think who do you think you can fool?
Of that.
No, GVL Narasimha Rao, Mr. Mohammad Shafiq. No, Mr. Mohammad Shafiq. Mr. Mohammad Shafiq. This NIA, the NIA that you are trying to sully, this NIA and this intelligence authorities under the UPA, UPA 2 and UPA 1 consistently were concerned about your organization's activities. What I'm going to put out today, what we have put out today, is what was observed by the UPA government. Whereby the UPA government left leaders think you are a headache, sir, because you are there to convert. Your intention is to radicalize and convert. So, Mr. Mohammad Shafiq, Mr. Mohammad Shafiq, this RSS, sir, this RSS excuse is falls flat, because this is under the Congress government, which also has a problem with the RSS. They perennially have nightmares about the RSS, and the RSS is their only parallel line of thought. They want to wish only the RSS away. Now, an organization, a political party like that, their chief minister told the Kerala High Court that your organization, of whom you have many patrons and for whom you have a lot of sympathy, is a pain. And he also came out and said, and I'm going to reread what Mr. Umman Chandy said, that the Popular Front of India is nothing but a front for Simi. That is exactly what he said. Nothing but a resurrection of the banned outfit Students Islamic Movement of India in another form. That is what is the Popular Front of India, said the Kerala Chief Minister in 2012, Mr. Umman Chandi, a senior Congress leader who's got no links to the RSS. Now, V.S. Achyutanandan, in 2010, you know what he said about the Popular Front of India? Their strategy is to make Muslims a majority community in Kerala. In 20 years, they want to make Kerala a Muslim majority state. So, sir, all your arguments of trying to give this a communal color falls flat. An ideological color and an RSS baiting mechanism or a strategy falls flat, Mr. Shafiq. I'm going to open up the debate to our other panelists. Rahul Ishwar, you're joining us via Skype. Tell me, sir, you live in Kerala. You please tell me what is a PFI doing there? And then I'll go to Ilyas Sharfuddin after that.
Yeah. Kerala is home to some great Muslim organizations like Indian Union Muslim League, Muslim Educational Society, and evolving Jamaat-e-Islami, which is being very pluralist. But Popular Front of India is an extreme organization that has Wahhabi Islamist links. Every religion has spirituality and politics, but this is political Islam at its best. They were behind the chopping of hands of a professor. And as you rightly and brilliantly pointed out, even an atheist left Chief Minister V.S. Achyutanandan went on to say in 20 years, it is their strategy to make it an Islamic state. See, the threat of Islamist threat is real. This is not a right-winger saying. This is a left-wing CPM Chief Minister saying. Kerala High Court pointed this out. Umman Chandi sir pointed this out. So the threat is very real, and many people have joined ISIS from Kerala. The radicalization of a micro-minority in our minority is a genuine concern. All the prominent Muslim organizations are against them. They are playing this Muslim victim card just to get sympathy from our Muslim brothers. They should be alienated. They should definitely be brought to book. And this is nothing but Simi in a new form.
Sharfuddin, Ilyas Sharfuddin. I'm opening up the debate one by one. We'll go to all our panelists.
This organization is extremely
the central government of my country. Can I reply? Can I reply?
Yes, Mohammed Shafiq, I'm just opening it up to some of the other panelists on the debate. Let Ilyas Sharfuddin also respond. He wants to respond. Yes.
See, since last 25 years, the central and the state government of my nation have a habit of forgiving the bigger terrorists, so the smaller are coming up now. For example, the Babri Masjid demolishers were the bigger terrorists, the Gowrakshiks are the bigger terrorists, the people like Colonel Purohit were the bigger terrorists. So these terrorists were forsaken and forgiven. Because of that, the smaller terrorists might be coming like ISIS, etc. in our country. My request to the Modi government is start punishing the worst kind of terrorists, that is the Babri demolishers, the Gowrakshiks, etc., so that others take a lesson and not resort to terrorism.
Ilyas Sharfuddin, Ilyas Sharfuddin has called the Islamic State small terrorists.
You are sounding like our
Ilyas Sharfuddin has called the Islamic State small terrorists. He's called the Islamic State small terrorists.
Please don't sound like our panelists from Pakistan who have nothing else but to really give this kind of rhetoric. I think India, you cannot really run your terror operation giving this kind of an excuse. This is a country that runs on constitutionality. This is not Pakistan. Don't expect this to,
working for ISI. So you people are those who are working for Pakistan.
Don't expect to be forgiven like in Pakistan. This is not Pakistan.
The BJP members of Madhya Pradesh were called
Ilyas Sharfuddin.
You cannot get away giving such silly logic.
Ilyas Sharfuddin, anybody who's working against a country, against the interest of this country, and anybody who's trying to harm the secular fabric, of this country are a danger to society. So don't try and justify one for the other. Don't try and do that. That's a very dangerous game that you're playing, Ilyas Sharfuddin. And I'm going to stop you on your tracks because I thought you were going to make a rational comment. You may have an issue. You may have an issue politically. You may have decided that I have to only target you have to only target one particular body for whom you have blamed all your problems for. But Ilyas Sharfuddin, I am asking you, successive governments, varied political ideologies, and even leaders within the community have had a problem with the activities of this organization. Don't defend them today. They have all got
anyone going
Simi
against the
outfit,
nation,
band
anyone
guys,
going against the
9 of
nation,
them who have
anyone
become
going
office
against
bearers
Bharat
and conducting
Party
meetings in the
should
guise
be
of
punished.
PFI because Simi
Start
was
with the
banned.
Babri demolition.
This is
They
ridiculous,
are the
sir.
one who initiated
Let me
this.
go across. Vinayak Dalmia.
They are the one who initiated the
Vinayak Dalmia.
terrorism
I'm going to open it up to
organization.
our other panelists.
Yeah. I think, this is,
Anand,
I think this is moving away from the goalpost.
One simple logic.
Both
This
political
is an
parties, whether
hypothetical
it's the Congress
expectation.
or the BJP,
your
will be
expectation of
seriously
banning
worried
Popular
with
Front
something
is a
like this
hypothetical
because this is
expectation.
a national security threat.
Yes, complete. Vinayak Dalmia, complete.
And there is no point trying to move the goalposts and talking about Babri Masjid, talking about other religious organizations or other social organizations. The issue is today about a particular organization which has had a series of concerns by both governments. And we need to look at this very, very seriously. It is an NIA report which the Supreme Court has requested the NIA to prepare. And we need to look at the report with utmost seriousness.
Not just that, I'll tell you one more thing. I'll tell you one.
About it.
I'll
question about it.
No, I'll tell you one more thing. No, Ilyas Sharfuddin. Ilyas Sharfuddin.
Allow me to make one important point.
Yes, Mr. Shafiq, I'll come back to you, sir. Let me just open it up. There are other panelists who have not spoken 21 minutes into the debate. I have to be fair to them. Ilyas Sharfuddin, just one reminder, sir. All these cases that you're talking about and the instances that you talked about, the government of the day was somebody who would have wanted to see if there was any ounce of truth. They should have brought them to justice. So if the government of the day at that time didn't bring them to justice, turn around and ask the Congress party, turn around and ask the left, turn around the erstwhile UPA 1 and 2. What were they doing? So they played their own politics. The Modi government came 3 years ago. All that you stated happened more than 2.5 decades ago when they were nowhere in power and they had nothing to do. So don't play this game. Don't play this game because it's going to fall flat on your face, Ilyas Sharfuddin. And you don't try and come out and say things like the ISIS are small terrorists.
Not at all.
Sir, there itself, I realize what your argument on the Newshour tonight is. Let me just go across to our other panelists who've been patiently listening. Sir, let the top of the grid there. Kamal Mitra Chinoy. Sir, you please lead the gentleman in the Noida studio. And after that, one by one, Rizwan Kaisar and Mahmood Paracha. Yes, Mr. Kamal Mitra Chinoy.
All right. I'd just like to make one point, that if the charges you are leveling against PFI and others are correct, then this would be amounting to sedition. It's a non-bailable offense. So this government has been in power since 2014. The earlier government was in power earlier. I can't imagine any government in India dealing lightly with this problem if the evidence that you have is correct. Now, we can't have a trial by media. There must be a trial by the judiciary, and there must be information that is justiciable. Now, it is very serious in a channel like this to accuse people of anti-Indian activity tantamount to sedition. And in fact, the Supreme Court has repeatedly said that any accusation of sedition cannot be proven unless there's an incitement to violence. So I think that maybe you're right. But the other side also has a right to have a fair hearing, and this should be decided by the judiciary
and the government,
which has shown that it is completely opposed to any kind of terrorism or any kind of negative action against the nation. So I don't see why we should take this decision. This should be decided by the court of law, by the government, and by the agencies that do this.
We are not taking any decision for anybody, sir. We are just putting out what's been collected, the information, the wealth of information that's been collected, put together, collated, and this was all there for everyone to see, but nobody dared touch them. Nobody dared act against them. Why? Because they thought it is going to hurt a particular vote bank that they were eyeing, a particular constituency that they are eyeing, and it doesn't fit their political narrative. That is a serious issue, sir. Rizwan Kaisar wants to intervene.
One side, the RSS will keep on torturing them. If the small statement, small statement from Congress or any political party is minority appeasement. This is the irony of Indian Muslims.
Mohammad Shafiq cracking down on an organization that is working to harm the interest of the social fabric of this country. cannot become a communal. You are also doing the same thing. You are immediately turning around and making it a Hindu versus Muslim thing or an RSS versus PFI thing. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? If you are pushing a radical bend, if you are radicalizing, brainwashing youngsters in our society, and many of whom are going and joining a cause of the Daesh, sir, then you have a problem at your hand and you should have shut down shop. You should have said that what I'm trying to do in society, in the garb of humanity and charity, is radicalization. Sir,
is that radicalization?
Rizwan Kaisar.
Very quick points. Yeah.
Rizwan Kaisar.
Educating the youth about the Constitution of India. Educating them about the real spirit of Islam. Is that anti-national?
Rizwan Kaisar, please. Rizwan Kaisar, please. Yes.
I think Kerala has emerged as a land of paradox.
I'm coming to you after this.
Instead of being God's own country, is a paradox, number one. Most, liberating kind of a politics has been there in Kerala, and at the same time, you see among all religious community, religion-based political formation, number one, which is contradiction in terms. Number two, whatever that has been said, action should have been initiated against it, and you have already Achyutanandan and Oomen Chandy having stated against PFI. That is the time you realize that PFI and IUML, they are at loggerhead. IUML cannot tolerate Kerala. It is even in 2010 when Thomas case happened, when professor's hand was chopped off. Allegation was there, it was PFI's involvement. That was the time IUML intervened very seriously condemning this incident. So therefore, your editorial line of minority appeasement doesn't work there, because IUML has been part of the government in Kerala for a number of years.
Yes.
3, intelligence agencies are already active, and especially as I would like to join Professor Kamal Mitra Chonai, it is a pretty serious issue to say that they have been openly challenging India's integrity by indulging in terror activities. My question would be that intelligence agencies, including securities agencies, should have got into hyper mode to stop them in their track. That has not happened.
Sir, there is a particular reason why they were stopped in their tracks. Sir, if the Kerala Chief Minister in 2012, please tell me, Mr. Rizwan Kaisar, I am not quoting.
Allow me to complete my sentence.
Sir, I am not quoting anybody.
Allow me to complete my sentence.
Okay.
Achyutanandan and Oomen Chandy, they both stated against PFI. That means there is no minority appeasement taking place here, because Oomen Chandy has been in collaboration with IUML, and their IUML and PFI cannot see eye to eye, because they both are competing for the same constituency among Kerala Muslims. So therefore, I think we got to straighten our points.
Rahul Ishwar disagrees.
Make our arguments.
GVL, before I come to you, sir, Rahul Ishwar disagrees.
Just one line.
GVL, Rahul Ishwar.
Just one line. I am against Indian Union Muslim League as a political party. I speak against them, but they are a good organization. They are good at their soul. They are positively secular and pluralistic. They are against Popular Front because they are genuine about pluralism. So let us not doubt the intention and integrity of the great Muslim organization of Kerala. We may disagree with them politically, we may debate them out, but they are good Indian Muslim organization. Popular Front should be singled out because they are extreme Daesh, Wahhabi, Islamist. So let us have a very nuanced and surgical precision when we deal with such an issue, such a sensitive issue of national importance.
Right. Mahmood Paracha, before I go across to GVL and Mohammad Shafiq. Yes, Mahmood Paracha. Thank you for your patience. Yes.
Anand, I just want to make 3 quick points.
Yes.
Kindly give me 1 minute. The first point I want to make is about the NIA. NIA has been restrained by the Supreme Court in this case only to start investigation without the supervision of a retired Supreme Court judge. And this is the precise reason why Supreme Court was of this view, because they have leaked their information to press before they were even authorized to start investigation, because there is no Supreme Court judge as of now supervising this investigation. That is point number 1. Point number 2, that there are closet RSS people in almost all the political parties, and many of the leaders who are not closet are afraid of the RSS. That is the second point I want to make.
So now,
and therefore,
so
they do activities which are RSS
closeted RSS people.
So now, the third point, third and last point, third and last point, because you are saying it is relevant because you say that the other governments have also said things against Simi and RSS.
So Oomen Chandy,
because it is because people of RSS.
Mahmood Paracha, you are trying to say, I cannot stop smiling, sir. You are trying to say
said.
And atheists like Mr. Sachidanandan is an RSS man.
Third point.
Umman Chandi,
at least
Rahul Ishwar, Mahmood Paracha today believes that people like Mr. Umman Chandi have got RSS leanings. They are closeted RSS people. Can you believe it? That's the level to which this. That's the level to which you want to skew the discourse, Mahmood Paracha.
Or the narrative.
Yes, two categories.
What are you saying?
I'd like to come in on this.
Mr. Shafiq,
I'd like to please come in on this.
Third point, then you come in.
Okay, third point.
Please. Third point, please. Third point is, Mr. Shafiq just said that PFI wants to function under the patronage of Baba Bhimrao Ambedkar and Indian Constitution. And a Muslim organization which wants to work under the Constitution is the biggest threat to RSS because they are also working for Dalits and tribals, and that is the biggest threat to RSS.
You know what they are?
Muslim organization working under Constitution. Yes, therefore I understand they can digest Muslim League.
एक कहावत है महमूद पराचा just पोल ये दांत दिखाने के और है खाने के और है. Please understand this is a facade, and that facade has been broken up multiple number of times, sir. Vinayak Dalmia.
ये दांत खाने के और दिखाने के
can be said.
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ महमूद पराचा. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. You're a lawyer. Study the case. Study their background, sir. Study what they are doing. Yes, Vinayak Dalmia.
RSS is not part of the discussion, and are you trying to allege that now the NIA is under the RSS? This is about shifting the goalpost. I'm sorry, I don't agree with you. I do not agree with you. I do agree with Professor Chenoy that the final decision of banning or not is with the Supreme Court and with the government. Completely respecting that. However, as Indians, irrespective of what religion and community you belong to, irrespective of a political ideology, as Indians, you need to be worried about this trend. I've been doing Google researches and looking at articles going back to 2009 and 10, that's 7 years ago, and it still talks about a growing radical trend in South India amongst the youth, including Kerala. Whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Hindu, whether you're a Christian, it doesn't matter what religion you are. As long as you are an Indian, you should be worried about this. This is not about Congress, this is not about BJP, and for God's sake, this is not about the RSS.
I think
this is about national security of India.
अरे भाई आपका लेक्चर बहुत सही, मैं भी इसको मानता हूँ.
अभी Mohammad Shafiq wants to respond. Mohammad Shafiq wants to respond.
I respectfully disagree. This is not a lecture. I do agree with Professor Chenoy that the final decision is with the Supreme Court and the government.
Correct.
Nobody is debating that.
Correct. But till then,
change the goalpost, change the narrative, to talk about the RSS, talk about other political parties,
but till then, should this organization be allowed to increase its footprint? Should it be allowed to reach out to more impressionable minds and push through a radical strain of Islam, which the Indian Muslim community itself is worried about? That is the question that also has to be addressed. That's a question that has to be. But Mohammad Shafiq wanted to intervene. Mohammad Shafiq.
Either fringe organizations or fringe elements within organizations.
Let Mohammad Shafiq.
That's what you need to be worried about.
This is what the MHA dossier says, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming up on your screen even as
Indian Sikhs, Indian Buddhs, Indians, period. We should all be worried about this.
Yes.
This is not about Hindus and Muslims. This is about fringe organizations in any religion.
No, it is convenient to make it about Hindus and Muslims. It is convenient to make it about Hindus and Muslims. Before I go to Mohammad Shafiq, the point we are trying to say is, under the previous dispensations, the so-called in-court secular dispensations, if multiple leaders had a problem with this organization, and it is this dispensation that takes it upon it to do something about it, should this be given a communal color?
What will happen the mindset of Muslim youth? Let me ask you some powerful important questions.
Powerful, important questions. GVL Narasimha Rao and the other panelists listen to these powerful, important questions, sir.
The Home Minister of Rajasthan is saying it is not a murder.
Such a matter,
there
should be no debate between you.
See, now this is what is being done. Selective identification of issues, and then show them the same videos from Babri Masjid downwards and show these videos. This is exactly the modus operandi that is stated. Mohammad Shafiq, when you speak, you're exposing what your modus operandi or your MO is. You will sit and show people all stories of persecution.
You want them to take guns? You want them to take bombs?
That is exactly what you do. That is exactly what you do. Did you
telling them to not
no
to do that.
did you show that the no will you show the video, will you show the video?
What Dr. Baba Saheb
Mohammad
Ambedkar
Shafiq, now hang on. Mohammad Shafiq, now hang on. Do you show them videos of how APJ Abdul Kalam was celebrated? Do you show the video that since independence India has had so many Muslim presidents? Will you show them? Will you show? No, please wait, Vinayak Dalmia. Will you please wait, Vinayak Dalmia? Will you also show them? Will you also show them that the first youth to be commended by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi was a Muslim boy because of his innovation and what he did in society? Will you show that, sir? Will you show that the Prime Minister of Japan was taken to the Sidi Said Mosque in Ahmedabad? Will you show them that video? No, because all you want to show is persecution. That's your modus operandi. That's what you're highlighting all through the evening right now. What is the positive aspect that you have spoken about? Will you show to the fact that every family no, this government that wants to constitutionalize the Commission for Backward Classes. Will you tell them that? Will you tell them that? You will not tell them that, Mohammad Shafiq. GVL Narasimha Rao. Sir, you are exposing your modus operandi, Mr. Mohammad Shafiq. Please be careful about what you say. Yes.
But you see, the fact that the PFI members are completely on the back foot, I think is good news. I think organizations with such dubious and terror links, I think, do not have a right to really exist. I think the government is right on its course. The largest dubious organization is RSS. For me, is certain intellectuals and educated Muslims who come on television and defend such organizations without going into the merits of those cases. It's so appalling. They are doing a great disservice to their own community, because these communities also have links. Some of them have threatened to really sell people to ISIS. And if you are backing such organizations, I want to tell the members on this panel, educated Muslims, I think you are doing a great disservice to your own community and to this country, definitely, by backing such organizations without understanding their links. I am quoting Pinarayi Vijayan, a chief minister
what
of
you are doing with RSS is a great disservice to the nation.
Political war with them
if you are so secular,
on a daily basis.
if you are so neutral,
and Pinarayi Vijayan said last year, on 18th of July, Pinarayi Vijayan said that SDPI, which is the political arm of PFI,
why don't you come out?
Is actually only to kill people.
Our nation deserves good service. Why don't you come out of it?
No, what a fantastic service to the nation is. It is.
That's the reason why the left LDF also is not represented on this panel.
No,
because I am sure this is political consensus in Kerala. There is political consensus in Kerala, whether they may openly say it or not.
See,
GVL, I am not. GVL, what you show is your responsibility, sir. I'm going to state it very clearly on the Newshour. What you show on your phone is your responsibility, sir. You're taking onus for it. But I am also telling you one thing. The left has made this about ideology because they believe that this is their fight with the RSS. So that's why they will not say anything against the PFI right now. But I have quoted what Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan himself has said. I have quoted what Mr. V.S. Achyutanandan himself has said. Now, if those who are trying to make this about an PFI versus RSS event, or just to say let's just make it a clash of political ideologies, you're doing this country a great disservice. Because these people, sir, are against the Sufis, atheists. No,
Anand,
sir, the Indian Muslim ethos is contrary to what they are pushing. It is contrary to what they are pushing. Sir, this is what the accusation on the PFI is, to pursue secret agenda inspired by radical Islam. Sir, you want to get closer to your religion along with trying to take people who are educated to closer to your religion. It's fantastic, sir. But don't try and tell them that we want to establish an Islamic rule here in India. If the message that you are trying to portray to your people by trying to preach religion is that tomorrow we'll convert a sovereign, secular, democratic republic that is India and the ethos that is inclusivity to make it an exclusively Islamic organization and an Islamic country, sir, you are doing this country great harm. And we will stop you, sir.
Very true. Very true.
Rahul Ishwar and Ilyas Sharfuddin. Rahul Ishwar and
organizing ourselves. organizing ourselves and fighting for our rights, demanding for justice.
Sir, chopping the hands of a professor is not fighting for any right. Chopping the hands of a professor is not fighting for any right. Chopping the hands of a professor is not fighting for any right. Butchering a family is not fighting for any right. So don't give me this. This is a charade. I am not going to fall for it, Mr. Shafiq.
Our literature speaks against
I am not going to fall for it. Rahul Ishwar and then Ilyas Sharfuddin. Rahul Ishwar, Ilyas Sharfuddin, Vinayak Dalmia and Mahmood Paracha in that order, please. In that order. Rahul Ishwar. Rahul Ishwar. Rahul Ishwar.
Ample videos of public speeches where these people said we want to convert India. We want to convert
Shafiq, please wait.
This is against our constitution.
Mr. Mohammed Shafiq, please wait.
Our pluralism concepts. They should be totally condemned and media should be doing exposes on them. I appreciate Anand that Times Now for pointing this out. This is not a matter of appeasement. This is not Hindu versus Muslim. This is India versus terror. This is India against terrorism, and we should strongly stand against terrorism.
Ilyas Sharfuddin.
Security of India and the Indians should be the top priority. Present Modi government is very weak against terrorism. Because of that, Colonel Purohit, a terrorist, is out now. Sadhvi Pragya,
can you prove it in court? Can you prove it in court? Why don't you fight the case and prove it in court? Why don't you fight the case and prove it in court? Because Ilyas Sharfuddin, see, I know you want to be belligerent on the Newshour, Mr. Ilyas Sharfuddin, but please make some sense. But please make some sense, because what you're saying right now is absolute contempt of courts, sir. Because it is the courts that have taken a decision. It is the courts that have taken a decision, Mr. Sharfuddin. If you have compelling proof, produce it in court. Produce it in court and prove that they are actually terrorists, sir. Produce in court. Produce in court. We are not stopping you. A man in uniform was denied his uniform for 8 years without a case being pressed against him, without a charge sheet being filed. Where was your voice?
The reason behind that is
Ilyas Sharfuddin, wait, hear me out. Ilyas Sharfuddin, at the cost of deviating from this debate, let me ask you this, Ilyas Sharfuddin. Let me ask you, aapka dard kahan tha when that person was languishing in jail for 8 years without a charge sheet being filed against him? Where was your sense of justice?
This is not about
there are thousands.
So ये दोगुलापन बंद करिए. Stop being a hypocrite, sir. अगर दर्द होता है against injustice, सबके लिए होना चाहिए. Don't look at a person's religion and then evict your pain. Don't feel the pain just because he's of a particular religion, or don't stop feeling for him just because he's not of a particular religion. Don't select humanity based on religion. That's what you're doing, sir. Vinayak Dalmia.
Not about religion.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. It's not about religion, but they are making it about it.
Within an organization or of a fringe organization in itself. And you are, by the way, doing the greatest disservice not only to your country, you are doing the greatest disservice to the religion you are claiming to represent. As Indians, you should be equally paranoid and worried. And I am surprised that there is even a debate on this. We should all be on the same page. And of course, let the law take its own course. If there is evidence and if there is a solid documented evidence found against the organization or elements of the organization,
sir, the objective, please tell me, to all my panelists, sir,
I am sorry,
to all our panelists,
insulting to Muslims,
to all our panelists, I am running out of time on the debate, but sir,
of my society.
Now, my point is, sir, how can this organization, whose objective is love jihad, whose objective is Ghazwa-e-Hind, whose objective is Khalifa Raj, and via that Darul Islam.
What Ghazwa-e-Hind? Bakwas.
If this was the case, this is what multiple intelligence agencies reports and the background note talks about, that this is what is the objective. My point is, we're going to wind up with some big questions and leave it for the government to put it in front of the tribunal, unlawful activities prevention tribunal, and get them to rule on this, because this is dangerous to our society. For the last more than a decade, this has been allowed, and Simi has been allowed to proliferate, not just across South India, 2 states that have lost most number of people to the Islamic State already. They're also spreading their tentacles across other parts of this country, and that is a serious intelligence that's coming through. That is something which need to address. Big questions as we wind up this edition of the Newshour, if we can put that out. Some of the big questions that we need to ask on the Newshour tonight. The first question, and that's foremost, that comes to the fore. If the Congress admitted to the PFI link with banned radical terror organization, the SIMI, why did it not ban it? Question number 2 that comes to the fore. Did the Congress inaction allow for radicalization of several Muslim youth and drew them into jihad dragnet? It's on them. How is it that despite the acknowledged links of PFI to anti-national activities, Congress and left spring to its defense? Because they put political agenda ahead of national interest. Obvious answer there, but you have to opine on it. By communalizing the NDA's crackdown against the PFI, is the opposition sabotaging attempt to ban the PFI? We leave you with these questions on the Newshour tonight. Thank you to our panelists.